want the pluggy thing?
Oh, that's right.
I got it for you.
You know what? I think what you need to do is start from a little behind.
Hey. Come on in and find a seat. Come on in and find a seat. Hey, McKenna. Come on in, find a seat, everyone. Come on in, find a seat, everyone. Find a place to sit. Hi. Come on in and find a seat.
Yeah.
Should I invite them to bring up their Hanukkahs now?
Why don't we do Hanukkah, and then have them?
And then have them all come
Yeah.
up and set up. Okay, cool. Come on in, find a seat.
Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, right? Third. Where's third? There's third. And fourth. There's fifth.
Third through sixth, right?
Yeah.
And there's one class of each?
Yeah.
You can ask them to raise their hands. Unless you follow or when you come in. Can I ask our third graders to raise their hands? Third graders, raise your hands. All right. All right. Can I ask our fourth graders? You can put your hands down. Third graders, fourth grade. All right. All right. You can put your hands down. Can I ask our fifth grade to raise our hands? All right. All right. You can put your hands down. Can we ask our sixth grade? Okay. Then we're still waiting. I was going to make a joke about 8 nights, but I'll make that later. It's actually the 4th night tonight. Okay. Oh, 6th grade, come on in.
You're 7th grade.
Come have a seat.
Okay, there you so.
Come on in, have a seat. All right, and I'm just going to stand over here for a second and ask, can our 7th grade, if you're here, raise your hand, 7th grade. 7th grade, if you're here, raise your hand, 7th grade, if you're here. I'll look over here for 7th grade. Oh, yes, yes. Oh, all right, I'll look over here for 7th grade. No, there's no 7th. Oh, 7th grade, all right. All right, welcome. So tonight is tonight we love. Oh, no, that's coming. All right. Tonight, left to right. We're getting there. All right. So, tonight, we have the opportunity to celebrate the 4th night, count it 4th night of Purim. We are going to celebrate the 4th night of Purim. What holiday are we celebrating? Everyone on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Hanukkah. Come light the menorah. Hanukkah, we're going to sing together a little bit. If anybody brought your candles, hold on to them. We're going to light those in a minute. We're going to have some fun together. But let's start by singing singing together. Cantor, what song do we want to sing?
Let's sing Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah.
All right.
Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Sevivon to play with and latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago.
All right. Okay, so raise your hand if you brought a Hanukkah, if you brought a menorah for Hanukkah. Awesome. Okay. All right, go ahead. Come on and bring up your Hanukkahs. We're going to do a little bit of candle lighting as we welcome in this 13th night of Hanukkah. No, that is some sharp people. All right. Come on up. I did not bring a pen, but maybe it'll help me remember. That's totally fine. Go ahead. Ari, do you want some help? Okay, go for it. Yeah. All right.
I love the menorahsaurus.
Oh, there's a menorahsaurus, everyone. Can everyone see this? Can I hold it up? All right, all right.
Really cool.
Menorahsaurus, everyone. Menorahsaurus. Now, these are extinct now, but we commemorate them with the... no, just kidding. All right, sorry. Menorahsaurus. All right. They are, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Oh, awesome. Check out all these menorahs. All right. Check it out. All right, this is a bonus question. This is a bonus question, a little bit of a trick question. For some of us, this might be a question for the teachers. How many lights were on the original menorah? The very original. Think about this. It wasn't for Hanukkah. The original menorah, how many lights did it have on it? 7, exactly. The original menorah was actually set to count 7 nights. And when we celebrate a whole week, and then we add a little bit. So we end up with 8. That's why we have 9. Someone will explain why we have 9 at some point. Just kidding. That's why we have 8, but there's a shamish, right? Little Hanukkah humor. Okay, here we go. All right, are we all set? Go ahead and get them in. Maybe.
I'm waiting to light stuff.
Go ahead and get them ready.
I'm right here.
Awesome. All right.
Waiting for you.
We were waiting. Ooh, can I show
Yeah,
everyone
of
this?
course.
Hey, good to see you. Welcome back. Yeah. All right, check out this menorah, everyone. Can everyone see this menorah? It's like a tree. Isn't that cool? Does everyone see? I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, all right. Oh, a bunch of dreidels. That one's awesome. Super cool. All right. Okay. Need to light a match to get it in there. Go ahead.
I do. Here, let's see.
You did. Oh, they're all ready. Oh, so go ahead and get them in there. And we put them in. We put them in right to left, and we light them left to right. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so let's see. I can help you out here. Let's see. Can you hold that, Ari?
What are you doing? Don't do that. Yeah.
Right.
Does this hook up to everything?
What?
Does this hook up to like all the speakers?
Yes. Miles, watch your arm.
No, I'm good. Bye.
All right, here we go. Ari, I need your help. Connor, come on over.
I'm good at. We're just melting
Watch
them.
out, watch out. Hang on 1 sec.
You just need to let the shamash and I can do the rest.
You gonna do it with the shamash?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you hold this, I can do it. I can use the shamash light stuff.
Oh yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
Shouldn't we have used the shamash and not melted it in?
You're ready.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
I'm the last.
All right. Let's light our shamashes. I took the matches, but I need one. Let me steal those real fast for up here. Okay. All right. All right, so everyone, check it out. We are going to light our Hanukkah candles now. Now, anytime we put the candles in the opposite direction that we light them. So if you see, we have the candles are put in one way and we light them left to right. It's a little bit of foreshadowing. All right, here we go.
That's a big menorah. Shoot.
So hang on, we're going to sing our first blessing together and then we light during the second blessing.
You ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Hanukkah. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim lavoteinu bayamim hahem bazman hazeh. Yeah. What is that middle candle called? Very good. Why can't we use other candles? Why do we have to use the shamash? Why is there a shamash? Okay. Sorry? Okay.
It's the helper candle.
But why do we have a helper candle?
So we could, because it doesn't count as one of the 8 days. It's just so we can light the other candles with it.
Right. What are you going to say?
I was gonna say what she said.
Because the other candles, they don't have to work, right? They get to just relax and be Hanukkah candles. They're not going to do a job like light other candles. That's the shamash's job. The rest just get to be beautiful.
You guys can return to your seats. Thank you, everyone. Now, there is a tradition, especially given everything that goes on in our world, that we're running around from one thing to the next, that we actually stop and just enjoy the Hanukkah lights. So we're going to do a little bit of that tonight. We're going to just enjoy the Hanukkah lights. And just a minute. It's okay. Come up afterwards and ask, okay? And tonight, we're going to have some fun together. We're going to stop because things go fast in our world. And I thought one of the things that we might do to have a little bit of fun tonight is I thought I might tell everyone a story. Now, many, many years ago, there was a great and clever person who went by the name of Herschel of Ostrupol. Has anybody heard this story? Yes? Okay, this is one of my very, very favorite stories. All right. Now, Herschel was a wise person, and he would actually go from village to village. And so if you've read the story of Herschel about Hanukkah, and that's the story I'm going to tell tonight, and if you like that, check out some of his other books, too. There's some other books about Herschel. Well, Herschel had a custom of going from village to village, and he would get by on his wits. In fact, one of the great stories of Herschel of Ostrupol is that this was not during Hanukkah, but he went up to a village, he came to a village, and he said, "If you don't feed me tonight, I'm going to do what my father did." I said, "Oh my gosh. Whew, okay, well, we better feed Herschel." So they feed him. They're sitting around the table and say, "Oh my gosh, Herschel, I'm so glad that we fed you, but I'm just curious, what was it when you said that if we don't feed you, that you would do what your dad did when he wasn't fed?" And his answer, of course, being Herschel of Ostrupol, his answer was, he went hungry that night. He didn't eat. So Herschel was a very clever person. And he showed up at this new village this one night, and it just so happened to have been the very first night of Hanukkah. Now, Herschel loved latkes and figured that going to this new town, he would show up at the village, and there would be people eating yummy latkes, sharing them with one another, perhaps having the age-old debate of sour cream or applesauce. Now, categorically and in the Talmud, it says that applesauce is superior to... No, it doesn't. It doesn't actually say that. But he was so surprised because in the village, there was not a single person out. And some of us know that when we light our Hanukkah candles, we often place them in the windows. Not a single window had a Hanukkah light. Well, he was puzzled. And so he went up and knocked on the first door of the first house that he could find, and he said, "What's going on? It's the first night of Hanukkah. Where's the celebration? Where's the dreidels? Where's the latkes?" The person said, "Oh, we don't have Hanukkah. Not since the demons moved into the synagogue in our village." He said, "What do you mean? Of course you have to have Hanukkah. Hanukkah's such a fun holiday. You get to do so many different things on Hanukkah." He said, "We haven't. Not since the demons moved in." Well, Herschel knew that he had to do something, and so he said, "All right, I am going to send out the demons from the synagogue. What is it that I have to do?" And the people of the town said, "It's not an easy task. You have to go and light the Hanukkah candles each and every night up at the synagogue on the top of the hill. And the last night, you have to have the ruler of all the demons, that ruler has to light the Hanukkah candles themselves." Well, Herschel says, "Well, I will solve this, or my name isn't Herschel of Ostrupol." And he asks for a couple of supplies. He says, "I'm going to be hungry on the way. Can you give me some food?" So they collect what they have, and what they have is a few hard-boiled eggs, a jar of pickles, and then a Hanukkah with enough candles for each night. Well, Herschel trudges up the hill all the way to the old synagogue, and he can well believe that there would have been demons living in that synagogue as it was cold. Everyone give me a little shiver. Whew, it was really cold. And it was dark. And he goes up to the windowsill, and he places the Hanukkah right there in the windowsill. Puts in the shamish candle, puts in the first candle, and lights the light, lights the shamash. And before he can even get the shamash candle to that first light, that first candle, a little buzzing demon comes in. What are you doing? That's how that demon talked. Bless you. Can you give me a better demon voice? Go ahead.
Hi, everyone.
That's exactly what it sounded like. That's exactly it. Thank you. And that demon said,
What are you doing? It's Hanukkah. You can't light the candles.
and Herschel said, oh, yes, I can. And Herschel said, you're just a little demon. You're just a little buzz of a demon. You can't stop me. And the demon said,
Very well. But there will be others. Much bigger and stronger than me.
And Herschel said, very well. Well, the little demon buzzed off and left that night. Herschel finished Hanukkah candle lighting, went to sleep. On the second night of Hanukkah, Herschel went over to the windowsill and placed the Hanukkah right there in the windowsill. Well, another demon came up and said, Herschel, this other demon was a little bit bigger. Can I get someone to do the bigger voice? Okay, not a huge voice, but a bigger voice, okay? Can you do it? Like a dark voice, like a dark voice. Okay, you ready? So this other demon said,
Herschel. You can't light the candles.
And Herschel said, oh, yes, I can. Who's going to stop me? Are you going to stop me? And the demon said, oh, yes, I am.
Oh, yes, I am.
And Herschel said, I'm strong and mighty. You can't stop me. Can you crush a rock with your hands? And the demon said,
No one can crush a rock with their hands.
So sure enough, Herschel took one of the hard-boiled eggs out of his bag, and he crushed it in his hands. And it oozed over his fingers, and in the dim light, it looked like he was crushing a rock. And the demon said,
Oh no.
and the demon ran away. Second night of Hanukkah. Third night of Hanukkah, a whole different demon shows up. Now, this demon has a little bit of a little goofy voice. Can I get some a little goofy voice? Yeah? Okay. All right. And this demon said, Herschel.
Herschel.
That's awesome. You can't light the Hanukkah candles.
You can't light the Hanukkah candles.
Well done. And Herschel said, sure. We'll get to that later. But here, are you hungry? Why don't you try one of these pickles? And the demon said,
Pickles?
and Herschel said, oh, they're so good. You should try one. You should try. In fact, take as many as you want. Herschel hands the jar of pickles over to the demon, and the demon reaches their hand into the jar and grabs as many pickles as they can. Well, if you've ever had the experience of grabbing a lot of things out of a jar, you know that you can go into the jar, but there's no way to bring your hand all the way out of the jar. And the demon got their hand stuck, and the demon said,
You've put a spell on this jar.
And Herschel said, yes, indeed I have. And that night, Herschel lit 3 candles right in front of the demon. Meanwhile, the demon was so upset, the demon finally turned to Herschel and said,
You have to tell me
how to break this spell.
How to break this spell.
And Herschel said, very well. Your greed is the only thing holding you captive. Let go, and you will be free. Well, the demon was so upset when they released their hand that they said,
No.
they said, yeah, it sounded just like that. And they stomped their foot so hard on the ground that they blew up into a million pieces and they flew out the window. Now, each and every night, a different demon came to that small synagogue. And each and every night, they had different things that they challenged Herschel by, and one after the other, Herschel outwitted each of these demons. That is until the 7th night of Hanukkah, when the ruler of the demons was heard from afar and said,
Herschel.
Oh, that's a good one. You think you've outsmarted
You think you've outsmarted
all of the demons,
all of the demons,
but I am coming,
but I am coming,
and you will not outsmart me.
and you will not outsmart me.
Whew. That is a scary demon voice. That is a scary demon. And Herschel shook a little bit. You guys, can you shake a little bit with me? You went, whew, whew. If you need to grab your shoulders, go for it. It's whew, whew. It was scary. Well, that night, Herschel finished lighting all 7 of the candles and thought about what to do for the next day. Well, the next day, Herschel had a plan. And as the sun went down that night, Herschel could see in the doorway of the synagogue a horrible and terrible and frightening form. But he stayed strong. He stayed courageous. And he heard,
Herschel,
"It is I,
it is I,
the ruler of the demons."
the ruler of the demons.
And Herschel, in a voice that was a little shaky but not too much, said, "Yeah, right. You're not really the ruler of the demons." And the ruler of the demons said, "Yes, I am."
Yes, I am.
And he said, "No, you're not." And the ruler said, "Yes, I am."
Yes, I am.
And he said, "No, you're not." And the ruler said, "Yes, I am."
Yes, I am.
And he said, no, they did it only a couple times. And then Herschel said, "Well, if you are, then prove it to me. There's a light right by the doorway. Take a match and light a couple of lights and prove to me that you are what you say." Well, the ruler of the demons lit a match and lit the first light and said,
Now, Herschel,
"Can you see that I am truly
can you see that I am truly
the ruler of the demons?"
the ruler of the demons?
And Herschel, still shaking, said, I can't tell who you are. You light a few more lights." And the ruler of the demons said,
Very well.
and lit a few more. Well, by now, Herschel could well see this form, and he could barely get out of his mouth the words, "I still don't, believe you. Couple more lights." And the ruler of the demons said,
Very well.
and lit the last 2. Now, the ruler of the demons said,
Now, Herschel,
"Can you see that it is me?"
can you see that it is me?
And Herschel said, "Well, I know that it's not Queen Esther." And the ruler of the demons said, "Ha ha.
Ha ha.
It will be your very last joke."
It'll be our very last joke.
And that's what Herschel says, "That's what you think. Be gone, or I'll take a stick to you. Because the lights that you just lit just now are the very lights of the Hanukkah. And you have dispelled all of the spells placed on this synagogue and for this night of Hanukkah. And in that moment, the ceiling of the synagogue and the walls of the synagogue started to shake, and they started to shake, and they shook a little more, and finally they blew open. And out around them was a beautiful night of Hanukkah. The ruler of the demons was chased away, and at the bottom of the hill, Herschel could see the lights of Hanukkah lit in every home in that village. Now, I love this story for so many different reasons. I love this story because it tells about the villages in Eastern Europe. It talks about a history that we haven't held on to as much. But one of the things that I love the most about this story is I think it teaches us something really important about Hanukkah and about a time of the year when things are a bit dark. Herschel could easily have moved on after having heard that there were demons in the synagogue or demons in this place. He could have easily picked up and moved to the next village, but he knew that the way to light a light on Hanukkah, the way to make a place just a little bit brighter, is not to ignore, but to face demons head on. To go right to that synagogue and stand proudly in front of them and be a leader by chasing those demons right face to face. This Hanukkah, it's a dark time of the year. In fact, it's the darkest time of the year. And that's exactly why we have a festival of lights. Not to chase around, not to ignore what's happening, but to look right in the face of a moment when things are dark outside and to reach out and light a light. It's the Jewish way. This Hanukkah, I'm wishing each of us the strength and courage to stand up even to the very ruler of the demons themselves and to have a Hanukkah just a little bit brighter, maybe with some delicious latkes too. Happy Hanukkah. Okay. All right, just a minute. Afterwards we can... Yeah, the candles went out, right? So we had an opportunity to watch the lights of the menorahs together. Before we do our closing song, I just want to offer a quick thank you. This evening is the last, I believe it's the last Torah Center gathering that we have during a time of the year when Sharon has been on sabbatical. And so first of all, this is to say that the next time we're all together, Sharon's going to be back with us. And I'm looking around, and I'm sure they're either here or they are running around continuing to do the work of helping make this Torah Center run so smoothly. And so I want to give all of us the opportunity to say a thank you, a hearty thank you to Rabbi Loving. I don't see Rabbi Loving. Raise your hand. Oh, Rabbi Loving and Ms. Martin for helping keep Torah Center so smoothly going during this time. Kol hakavod. Well done. Well done, Ms. Martin and Rabbi Loving. Well, let's do a little more singing. Should we can do left to right?
Let's do left to right.
All right.
Tonight we light the Hanukkah candles from left to right. Tonight we light the Hanukkah candles from left to right. Our favorite time of year is here, the Festival of Lights. We celebrate our victory, we celebrate our rights. First you take a single candle and you start it with the spark. Then you pass it all around the world, bring light into the dark. Everyone, tonight we light the Hanukkah candles from left to right. Tonight, let's get fancy. We light the Hanukkah candles from left to right. From the left to the right, see the candles burning bright. From the east to the west. Use just one to light the rest. All around the world, people gather on this day. A miracle has happened, so we light a candle and say, what do we say? Tonight we light the Hanukkah candles from left to right. Tonight we light the Hanukkah candles from left to right. One more time. Tonight we light the Hanukkah candles from left to right. Tonight we light the Hanukkah candles from left to right. Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach. Chag
Chag
Sameach.
Sameach.
Woo! Chag Sonic, or there's actually in Hebrew it's Chag Urim, the festival of lights. Chag Urim Sameach. Chag Urim Sameach, everyone. Happy Hanukkah. We are going to continue our evening together tonight. Eric, any particular instructions, or should I just invite everyone to join us in the other room? Everyone. Okay, so everyone who RSVP'd, please join us in the other room. We do have a little bit of extras, leftovers, but we want to invite everyone to continue either in the other room or wherever else we're celebrating tonight. Happy Hanukkah, everyone.
Happening? What's new with you?
Just celebrating Hanukkah. Hey, bud, let's grab our menorah.
Okay. You're gonna grab a table. You're gonna eat. Yeah. All right. Yeah. See you over there.
See you guys soon. Bye, friends. Bye.
letting me come. So.